What is up, everybody? It's Cannan, back with another video, and today we're going to do something a little different. I want to start covering games that I am looking the most forward to, and I decided to do a fun little video about Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town. Comes out in March. I cannot wait. If I plan to have a capture card by the time this game comes out, so I do plan on doing a Let's Play of it. And I decided let's do the marriage candidates, because why not? That's always a very, very exciting thing in these kind of games. Now, please remember, Story of Seasons is the classic Harvest Moon that we all grew up with, so it's not to be confused with the other Harvest Moon that's made by Natsume. So one of the most exciting aspects of all Harvest Moon games, besides, you know, running your own farm, getting to know villagers, partaking in festivals, making your farm go from a dilapidated, abandoned farm to something very profitable, the aspect of always being able to get married and start a family has always been, like, it's one of the major things that drew me to the series back when I was in middle school. I think my first game was Harvest Moon Back to Nature, and I've played most of them, not all of them. And I was a little confused when it was later rebranded as Story of Seasons, but pretty much Marvelous, who always made the Harvest Moon games, and Natsume, who published the games in America, decided to part ways. Natsume kept the rights to the Harvest Moon name in America, so they make their own games, where Marvelous rebranded it as Story of Seasons. And to tell you the truth, as far as the quality of the games, Story of Seasons has always been about up here. Natsume's games have been about down here. Like, none of them have been received very well. Hopefully they get a bit better with One World. I don't plan on playing it myself, but hopefully it does better. So let's get into these marriage candidates. I'm going to be doing the girls and the guys together. I'll do a girl, then a guy, then So let's look at our first Bachelorette, and her name is Blair. So right away, she's got a very, very colorful design. She works at the bistro. It says that she is bright and cheerful. Her dream is to one day head out of Olive Town and become a star, and she used to live in the city. So we've always had kind of these characters in these games who don't like living in these small country towns. They want to go off to the city to be a star and all that. So I'm wondering, if you do decide to marry her, what will happen? Like, will she decide that Olive Town is not a bad place to live after all? Or that, why would she go to the city if she leaves you? Something like that. So I'm really, really wondering how her story develops if you do pick her as a marriage candidate. And if you don't marry her, does she eventually leave? So yeah, that will be very, very interesting to see. So yeah, next, our first bachelor is Damon. And as you can see, he is kind of the bad boy with the leather jacket, the scowl on his face. Says Damon loves motorcycles, which is funny because you do ride in on a scooter. I wonder if he insults you because you're driving a scooter. He likes black coffee, and tends to behave rudely and be blunt. However, he has a soft spot for the stars and has a secret romantic side. So yeah, he's the bad boy who likes to look up at the stars at night. So that's going to be very, very interesting. Really makes you wonder how he changes as you get closer to him. So yes, very, very, very interesting. It's like, even if you don't decide to marry him, once you become friends with him, will he change a whole lot? Very interested to see that. So our next bachelorette is Bridget. Now, first time I saw Bridget, I thought stereotypical farmer girl. Like, a lot of these games have that marriage candidate who just fits the farmer girl stereotype. She is the young daughter of the owner of the animal shop. She's hardworking and always positive. Bridget loves animals, and they love her right back. She often worries about her younger brother Damon's future. So she is the older sister of Damon. So it says she's very worried about him, and I don't know if it has to do with his attitude, with maybe his reputation in town, or maybe he's just the type who just doesn't know what he wants to do. You know, maybe he doesn't want to do the animal shop kind of stuff. And, you know, I have a feeling you'll be seeing her a lot because her father is, crap. 3, 2, 1, go. Because her family runs the animal shop. So, of course, you'll be going there a lot to either buy your animals or buy supplies for your animals. So, it makes me wonder if any of her heart events will be, like, related to the animals on your farm. Like, if she'll comment on how well you're taking care of them. Or, you know, some of us who sometimes forget to feed our animals sometimes, if she will bash you for that. Because there used to be in these games characters who, if you did not take care of your animals and they got sick, there would be a cutscene where you would get pretty much fussed at by the ones that you bought them from. So moving on, our next bachelor is Emilio. Emilio is an easygoing fisherman who knows just how to make the player laugh. He loves the sea and wants to live beside it forever. So this is the calm, cool guy who just wants to, you know, live on the beach for the rest of his life, you know, fish every day. So it makes me wonder, you know, what if he changes, like if you see more of a serious side to him, if you decide to marry him. Also, you know, it sounds like he's going to be a really good best friend-like character, you know, like type of guy that you would hang out, whether you decided to romance him or not. So, yeah, very, very, very interesting to see how this relationship plays out. Our next bachelorette is Reyna. And it says here she is a young woman who works at the museum. So Olive Town is not exactly a small town if it has a museum. I'm thinking maybe your farm and what you produce on the farm helps to, you know, I believe it does say that you will be able to increase, like, help the infrastructure of Olive Town. So maybe it goes from like a very, very small little town to like a really large village or town. She may look like she's taking things lightly, but she takes her work seriously and always gets the work done. She's very knowledgeable about the exhibits and often receiving praise from the museum director, Gloria, who relies on her a lot. So I really like her design. She's got this really stylish and almost kind of hip style to her. And it's interesting that she takes her job very seriously, because I've already seen people say that when they first saw her design, they thought she was going to be the kind of girl who worked at the museum because she needed a job, you know, but she is actually very, very serious about what she is doing. So, very interesting. She's definitely on top of my list to marry, because you just want to see how the relationships develop throughout the game. Next up, our next bachelor, I hope I pronounced this right, is Iori. Now, I want to say I love his design. He's got like this Eastern design. Like, he pretty much looks like a wandering samurai in a way. Like, he kind of reminds me of Rurouni Kenshin in a way. Says, Iori is a young man that came to Olive Town from a faraway land for its rich natural scenery and fishing. He lives with his servant, Dosetsu. He's reliable and gentle, taking joy from all of nature's small things. So if he has a servant, I'm wondering if maybe he comes from like a royal family back home, or just a wealthy family. So very interesting character. Love his design, like I said. And he loves to fish. So if there's anyone in these games that really enjoy fishing, I don't really fish all that much in these games, he may be the character for you. Next up is Wren, and she works at the flower shop. She's shy and naive, but warms up to and loves her friends. She lives with her grandfather. So there is going to, you know, this pretty much tells us there is going to be a flower shop in town. So I wonder if, you know, you've always been able to grow flowers on your farm. So I wonder if, like, if it's just the same old, like you grow them, then sell them, or maybe we can use them to decorate around the farm. Maybe she'll comment on the flowers on your farm if you're cultivating any. So yeah, very, very interesting. Like, she looks like the typical shy girl that you have to get to know before she'll open up to you, which those kind of characters are always fun because you see their character development as you get closer to them. So yes, very, very, like, it's going to be interesting to see that relationship grow. So yeah, I will definitely give her a go when I decide to do a playthrough of romancing her. The next character, or bachelor that is Jack. Jack is the son of the general store owner, so you're going to be seeing him a lot, because general stores, that's usually where you buy the seeds and some other tools. He often gets angry at his little sister Cindy for having an unmotivated attitude, but he doesn't hate her for some reason. He's always wondering if he can do something for the sake of the town. So, to tell you the truth, this guy seems kind of, I don't know, these kind of characters seem to come off a little bland in these games. Like, he's pretty much the everyday guy, which there's nothing wrong with that, but it seems like they never have any interesting character moments that make them memorable. And I could be completely wrong. Once you get to know the guy and you start going through his romance scenes, he may be a great character, but yeah, I just don't see him being on the top of many people's lists, but I could be 100% wrong. Next bachelorette is the last one, and tell you the truth, she is my favorite. She is going to be the first marriage candidate that I marry in the game. I just love her design, and that is Laura. She is a dependable sisterly type with a laid-back personality. She works as a tour guide in Olive Town. So, like I said, Olive Town must be pretty big than what we originally thought if it has a tour to go around it. She really treasures her family, and she supports her weak father, helping him with his work at the grocery store whenever she can. So she has two jobs. So she's the working woman type. She has been fond of the ocean since childhood and loves to go fishing. So another character that loves to go fishing. Now, like I said, I really love her design. I love that messy braid. I love the outfit. I love her, I think she's the best girl so far as design goes. Who knows how they'll translate into the actual game, how her personality comes up, how she becomes towards you as you get closer. So yeah, but yeah, she's definitely my first playthrough marriage goals, pretty much. And the final bachelor and the final one in the entire game is Ralph. He is a ranger that protects the nature in town and guides people through the forest to observe wildlife. He's calm and says few words, but he's a leader type who will move first in an hour of need. He used to play football for a school team and still trains daily to stay in shape. So, I think this guy's supposed to be like the outdoorsman type. He played football. He's a ranger. So, one thing that makes me wonder is, how is this guy going to react when we start clearing forests to build our farm? Is he going to have a problem with that? More than likely, these Story of Seasons have never had stuff a character having exactly a problem with what you're doing. I think sometimes it'd make them a little bit more, realistic if they had a marriage candidate who may frown upon how you're clearing the land because he's a ranger, but probably not. He probably won't say a thing. His design, I think he's kind of base compared to everyone. Well, him and Jack are kind of basic compared to everyone else. They don't really have anything that makes them stand out, really. I guess the ranger outfit makes him stand out a bit, but yeah, but I could see him being a lot of people's favorite. So yeah, guys, that is all. That is the marriage candidates of Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town. I cannot wait for this game. It comes out, like I said, in March. It comes out pretty much the same week as Monster Hunter Rise, so I will be doing an unboxing of this plus Monster Hunter Rise. Also, just to let you all know, same-sex marriage is confirmed for this game. So, no matter who you like in this game, they are all available to you. So, that's always great. It's great to see more representation in this series. It looks like it's going to stay in this series, which is a great thing. Let's just hope that Marvelous does the same thing with Rune Factory 5, as we've still not heard yet if that game will have same-sex marriage in it, but it comes out in May in Japan, probably summer for America, so we've still got a while until we'll get a lot of big details about it. The marriage candidates are out for that game, so I may do a video in the future of them as well. But yeah, so tell me in the comments, who, if you are thinking about getting this game, who are you wanting to marry? Like I said, I will be doing a Let's Play of this. So far, it's only on Switch. No word on a PC version yet, so hopefully I'll have my capture card by then, and hopefully it'll work. But, yeah, looking forward to this game. Cannot wait. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, click that like button, leave me a comment, subscribe, or support us on Patreon. It's only $1 a month. Thank you to all our Patreon supporters. Thank you to all of our subscribers. Me and Jess love you all very, very much. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Stay warm. Play some games. And I will see you in the next one. See ya.